In this video, we're going to go through on Nanyang Primary School End of Year Examination 2024 Primary 5 Mathematics Paper 1 Booklet B. So let's get started on the first question. Question number 16. It says here, find the value of 87 minus 3 times 7 divided by 6 minus 2 plus 2. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is the order of operations. Okay, so we look something like this, right? Order of operations from left to right. First, the brackets. Inside the brackets or outside, you multiply, divide, and then lastly, add or subtract. Okay, so in this case over here, I'm going to highlight, but you're going to tell me which one do you think we should start first. So if you think that we should start 3 times 7 inside the first brackets from the left, then you're right. So in this case over here, we'll put here 87, okay, minus 21, right? 3 times 7 is 21, and then we divide this by 6 minus bracket 2 plus 2. There we go. All right, what is the next one? So if you say the next one is 87 minus 21 from the left bracket, then you're right. Okay, so that means 87 minus 21, this is 60. 8 minus 2 is 6, 7 minus 1 is 6. And then we will do the rest over here. Okay, so divide by 6. Okay, so which one do we do next? We do the divide or brackets. Okay, brackets always, right? So inside the brackets is 2 plus 2, right? So from here, this will then become 66 divided by 6 minus 4. Okay, so what will be the next one? If you say 66 divided by 6, then you're right. So that means this will be 11 minus 4. Okay, and then I think that's it, lah, right? The answer is 7. Okay, there you go. So that's the answer to this question, 7. All right, let's move on to question number 17. All right, so question 17 over here. So find the value of 3 divided by 8, express your answer as a decimal. So what we can do is, we can have, in this case, 3 divided by 8, simply just have this lah, okay, in this case over here. All right, so let's get started. So we cannot have 3 minus 8, so we put the decimal 3.0. So that means we start from 0 point something, right? Okay, so what can we minus 30 with? We can minus 2.4, 24. So that means what can give 24 is 3. Okay, so then we minus this 30 minus 24, this will give us 6, right? So the next thing is we put another 0. So what can we minus 60 with? It should be 56, right? So 56 is basically 7, right? And then 60 minus 56 will be 4. And then take another 0 again. And then we minus 40, right? So now, and that's it lah, right? 40 minus 40 is equal to 0 over here. So in this sense, the answer to this is 375. Okay, so 0.375. Okay, so always double check your working so that you get this correct. All right, let's move on to question number 18. Okay, so in the figure below, AOC and BOE are straight lines. Okay, so you can see over here, these are straight lines. AOE is 31 degrees. So AOE is 31 degrees and DOE is 90 degrees. Okay, find COD. So CO and D. So I'm just going to put a question mark here. What's COD? So first is that we know, since we have this over here, 31 degrees, that means this is also 31 degrees, right? So I'm just going to put here this 31 and then degrees. Okay, so opposite angles are the same. That means AOE, right? Angle AOE, so angle, right? Angle AOE is equal to angle, this is BOC, which is 31 degrees over here. All right. Okay, so now we know 31, 31. Okay, and this is 90 degrees. So from here, let me draw a, either way, yeah, we can draw the straight line as well. Okay, doesn't really matter, but sure. But okay, then 180 minus 90 minus 31, which is the angle COD. Okay, in this case over here, I'm just gonna put like this, right? So 90 minus 31 is not 38, is 58 degrees. And there you go. So the answer to this is 58. Alrighty, get it. All right, let's move on to the. So it's not 58. Sorry, it's 59. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 19. Okay, so XYZ is a triangle. XYZ angle XYZ 84, YZX is 43 degrees. Find angle ZXY. Okay, so I think it's pretty straightforward. ZXY is equal to 180 minus 84 minus 43. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down a bit more. Okay, so 180 minus 84, this should be 96, right? Okay, and then minus 43. Oops, minus 43, and this should give us 53, right? 53 degrees. Okay, so the answer to this is 53 degrees. There you go, right? So 53 degrees. All right, let's move on to the next question. In this case, question number 20. What is the missing number in the box? So if 9, something to 9 and 54 to 81. So over here, what I'm going to do is 9, 81 to 9. So this is times 9. Or actually, I'll do the reverse, right? Which is basically, in this case over here, 81 to 9 is, right, divide by 9. So that means this is the same, right? 54 and 9 over here, we divide. So 54, then we divide by 9 is equal to 6. So the answer to this is 6. Okay, so 6, right? There we go. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 21. A cuboid of height 15 centimeter has a square base of 6 centimeter. What's the volume of cuboid? So, wait. Okay, so when it says here square base means length is equal to breadth, right? Okay, so square base means length to breadth. Okay, I'm gonna put this like this, right? So that means if length is equal to 6 centimeters, then breadth is equal to 6 centimeters. Okay, so volume is equal to, in this case, length times breadth times height. Okay, and it's here 6 times 6 times 15. All right, so we will have 6 times 15 is 80, right? So, oh no, this is 90. Okay, this should be 540 centimeter. Oops, and then cube, right, over here. So in this case, the answer should be 540 in this case over here. Okay, so if I were to double check, 15 times 6, and then this will be 0, and then 0. Okay, and then we have 3 over here. Oops, this is 3. 1 times 6, 6. Okay, correct. 99. Like this. Okay, I'm going to put a line over here, and then I'll just remove like this. Okay, good, good. Let's move on to question 22. What is the product of 22 out of 7 and 5 over 12? Okay, so what this means is 2 out of 7, and then we multiply this by 5 over 12. 5 over 12. Okay, so simplify to its simplest form. Simplify and express your answer in simplest form, right? So in this case, we can cancel 12. Okay, this will give us 6. Then we 12 divided by 2 is 6, and then we cancel 2, and this will give us 1 in this case over here. Right? So from here, what we can do is this will equal it. This will equal to, which is 1 times 5, then 7 times 6. right? So in this case over here, I think that's roughly about it. 12, okay. And then this will equal to 5 out of 42. That's it. So the answer to this is 5 out of 42. There you go. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 23. Okay, 23 says Ahmad bought 4 bottles of oil. Each bottle contained 3/4 liters of oil. He then used 3/10 of the oil. How many liters of oil had Ahmad left? Okay, so we know one bottle is equal to 3 out of 4 liters, right? So 4 bottles is equal to 3 out of 4 times 4, which is basically 12 out of 4, 3 liters. Okay, so if I were to actually do this correctly, 3 out of 4, put the line over here, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like this. Okay, equal, right? 3 out of 4. Then this one also put like this. Okay, so I'm going to put like this so easier to see. All right. All right. So in this case, 3 out of 4 liters. All right. Now I'm going to put like this. Oops. Right. Gonna copy this. Right. And then I'm going to paste it like this. Okay. So 3 out of 4 liters. Okay. And then we will just multiply by 4. Okay. And this will then cancel and cancel. This will give us 3 liters. Okay. Then he used 3/10 of the liters of the oil. How many liters of oil did he get? Okay, so can I put a decimal in this case? If I can, I would. So he used, okay, so what's left? Left is equal to, and then basically 3 minus, and then we have 3 out of 10. Okay, so 3 out of 10 in this case over here, right? So I'm gonna put this the next line so it's easier. Okay, 3 minus 10 over here. So it's the same as if I were to give you a shortcut, it's basically 2, and then we have 10 out of 10 minus 3 out of 10. Okay, in this case over here, right? 2 10 out of 10, and then we minus 3 out of 10. Then we have minus 3 out of 10 in this case. All right, so what would this become? So 3 minus 10, this will become 2, and then 10 minus 3, this will become 7 out of 10. Okay, and that's about it. You can use decimal if you want as well, right? But this also works. I'm gonna put here 2 7 out of 10. It didn't say you can simplify. So another way, okay, like this, right? Right. Okay. So I will say like this. Another way is 3 out of 10 liters. Yeah. 3 out of 10 is equal to 3 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.3 liters. So left is equal to 3 minus 0.3, which is equal to 2.7 liters. Okay, so it's either 2.7 out of 10 or 2.7 liters. Okay, I'm gonna write it out like this. Okay, right, 2.7 liters. So you can see another way. Okay, this is another way. I'm gonna put a like this. Okay, like this. Another way. All right. So yes, let's move on to question 24. In the figure below, ABCD is a parallelogram, right? So that means parallelogram. We just have this, right? Over here, make it solid. Oops, this is solid. Okay, so parallelogram like this, right? Oops, and then the other side also parallel like this. Okay, so ABCD is 62 degrees. What's DAB? So DAB is basically angle DAB is equal to 180 minus 62. This will give us 118 degrees. That's it, right? So because opposite angles, uh, what else? Sum of opposite angles in parallelogram is equal to 180 degrees, right? Okay, that's it. Sum of opposite or yeah lah. Sum of, it's not opposite, it is adjacent, adjacent angles in parallelogram is 180 degrees. Okay, so adjacent, yeah lah. And there you go. So the answer to this is 118. All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question 25. A tin of paint costs $24.50. Steve needs to buy 7 tins of paint, but he is short of $5. How much money does Steve have? Okay, so in this case, uh, he needs to buy 7 tins of paint, but he's short of $5. So total cost of, one paint, one tin, right, is equal to dollars 2450, $24.50. Okay, and then 7 tins is equal to 7 times 2 4.50. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the bracket workings, right? You multiply by 7. Okay, in this case over here, so what is 5 times 7? So 5 times 7 over here, this will then become 35. Then we put a 3 on top. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 3 is 31. So 0.1 and then put a 3 on top here again. And then 2 times 7 is $14. Yes, 2 times 7 is 14 plus 3 is 1 for $1.50. Okay, 2 times 7 is 14. Yes, plus 3 is 17, $1.50. So this is equal to $171.50. Okay, so short of 5 means minus. So this is minus $5. Okay, so in this case, Steve have equal to 171.50 minus 5, which is 166.50. Okay, there you go. So that's the answer, $166.50. Okay, all right, let's move on to 26. A factory produced some toys. All the toys were placed into boxes of 65 with no leftover. There were 396 such boxes around the number of toys produced. Okay, so boxes, okay, of 65 means one box is 65. Okay, all right. So let's do another 1,000. Okay, so what we can do is we can have 3. So one box arrow is 65. So 396 boxes. Okay, arrow. Okay, it's actually the same as 400. 400 boxes minus 4 boxes. If that makes sense. I mean, yeah lah. Okay, so which is equal to 400 times 65 minus 4 times 65. Okay, so in this case, we can do two workings. Actually, yeah, since they are like roughly the same, so 65 times 4, okay, times 4, okay, and then all this become, so 5 times 4 is 20, right? And then we will put 2 here, and then 6 times 4 is 12, 24, 260. Okay, so this 260, right? So in this case, we have minus 260, and this will be 2600. Okay, we have 2600. Okay, 26,000. So we can minus this. So this will be 25,000. Okay, and then 2600 will be 740. Oops. Okay, I'm doing the long way lah, basically. So round the nearest round the number of toys produced to nearest thousand. So in this case, nearest thousand. Okay, so 740. Um, so let me put it here lah. Wait. So 25740. Then nearest thousand, basically digit 4. No, nearest thousand 7. Digit 7 is 5 or more. Yeah, I'm gonna put this somewhere here. 5 or more. So we round up. Okay, this case, digit 7 is higher. So in this case, we will then become 26,000 in this case. So the answer to this is 26,000. All right, that's about it. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 27. Okay, what is the price of the backpack after a discount of 8%? Okay, so in this case, what's the price of the after discount? Okay, so after discount means minus 8%, right? So original percentage is equal to 100%. So discount percentage is equal to 8%. So price after discount is equal to 100 minus 8. This will be 92 percent. So I see over here. Actually, let's get the discount, right? So the discount, right, is equal to, in this case, 8% times $50, right? So which is equal to, okay, and we just have, or just put $50 times 8%, right? 50 times 8%, so I can 50 times, okay, and then we have 8 and then out of 100. Okay, so we can actually simplify this. What can simplify this over here? So we have 50, okay, and then we cancel this into 2. So if 8 divided by 2, that's what we see over here. Let's put like this. Right. Oops. Okay, and from here we can say 8 divided by 2, 8 out of 2. Okay, and this will then become, right, equal to $4. Right, like this. Okay, so discount is $4. So from here, price after discount is basically 50 minus 4 go to $46. Okay, there you go. So the answer is $46. All right, let's move on to question 28. So top view, front view, side view. Louis built a solid using 8 unit cubes. So draw the front view and the side view. Okay, so the front view. Okay, so I'm gonna put the front view as this. So you put 1, okay, and then 2, 2, and then you have 3 over here. 3, then you have 4, and then you have and 5. Okay, so that means 1, 3, 2, 4, and 5. So it will look like this. So I'm gonna have this 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay, so 1 over here, make this like this. So I'm gonna make it like that, exactly like this. Okay, 1, right, and then 2, and then we have 3, 4 as well, like this, and it will look something like this. So the front view will do like this. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and then 1 is with 3, 2 is with 4, and 5 is just sticking out like this. So this is the front view. Okay, what about the side view? So the side view will be, we have, let me put in 1. Okay, we have 1. Okay, and then we have 2 like this. Then we have 3, and then we have 4. like this. Okay, so 1 2 and then 3 4. Okay, so that means this over here we have 1 like this, and then 2, then we have 3, then we have 4 like this. Okay, okay, so that's how it looks like. So this is it. That's it. All right, let's move on to question 29. Okay, so question 29 says a rectangle is made up of four triangles E, F, G, H. The area of the triangle F is 3 times the area of triangle H. So the triangle area of triangle H is 12 centimeter square. What's the area of the rectangle? Okay, so we know that H over here is 12 and then centimeter square, right? And then this is it. Oop, let me make it this. Okay, so what about F? Okay, so triangle H is equal to 12 centimeter square, like this, right? I'm gonna put everything here. And then this is H. Right, so triangle F is basically 3 times of H, which is 3 times 12. This will be 36 centimeter square. Right? Okay, so what is the area of the rectangle? So what I'm gonna say is that half of area of rectangle, right, is equal to, right, so this is area of triangle H and area of triangle F. So half of area of rectangle is equal to area of triangle H plus area of triangle F, which is equal to, in this case, 12 plus 36, which is then equal to 48 centimeter square, right? So then area of rectangle is equal to 48 times 2, which is, let me just move this whole thing up like this. 48 times 2 is 96 centimeters square. Okay. So why do you think the answer is 96? So I'm going to explain to you. Okay, so basically the area of the triangle is basically half times base times height. Then at the same time, the area of rectangle is also not also but it's just base times height. Okay, so I just named differently. So in this case, in conclusion, yeah, right, therefore, right, dot dot dot, since we have what do you call this, base times height over here, right, area of rectangle is basically equal to, since this half base times height, that means no, area of triangle, right? So if I were to put it like this, make it a little bit simpler, right, like this, right? If I were to highlight this as well, base times height, base times height, okay. So that means area of triangle is just half times area of rectangle, okay, right? So are you mind blown right now? Right, mind blown, mind, right? Okay, so now the thing is, all right, so you see that now we have two triangles and in a way two squares, or in this way it forms a rectangle. So let's say base is the same. The area of the rectangle is basically 10 times 20, which is 200 centimeters square. So area of triangle is half times base times height, which is half times 10 times 10 is 50. So the thing is that the area of two triangles in this basically in this rectangle is 100 centimeters square. Therefore, the area of triangle is half. So the area of triangle is 100 centimeter, right? Okay, so area of rectangle. Okay, so in this case, area of rectangle is equal to how many, right? 200 centimeter square. Okay, in this case over here. So that means area of triangles over here is half of area of rectangles. So you might think, since they're the same, that's why it can be half. You're right. But if I change the what do you call this? These two bases, right? So I have another example where I have triangle A and triangle B in this same rectangle, right? So in this case, the whole what do you call this base over here is 20 centimeter. But the thing is that since the base is different, so triangle A is 30 centimeter square, triangle B over here is 70 centimeter square. But if we were to combine the area of triangles, no matter what, right, if they are just touching, if both of their bases are the whole base of the rectangle, and then they also connected to this the other side over here, that means no matter what, any triangles, number of triangles in a rectangle is still half times area of rectangle. Therefore, in this case over here, half of area of rectangle is equal to area of triangle H and F because their bases are literally the same length as the rectangle, and then they are just half of what I see over here, and that's why you multiply times 2. So hopefully this makes sense. Alrighty. Okay, so you can go to easy1.sg/notes for more explanation. Let's move on to question 30. Last question. At first, the average number of coins owned by a group of boys was 7. A new boy who owned 63 coins joined the group, and the new average number of coins uh, by the boys became 11. How many boys were there at first? All right, so here what we can do is, in a way, we can use this number x value concept. Okay, so what this means is that uh, we can, oops, right, like this. Okay, so what this means is that over here at first, or basically get total at first, or let u be number of boys at first, right? So at first total is equal to 7, right? Or average times number of boys. Okay, or I just put here lah. Okay, so in this case, the average is 7, and then we multiply this by u. This will this will just become 7u lah. Okay, in this case. All right, then after that, the next thing is a new boy who owned 63 joined the group. So new total, right? So we already know the total. New total is equal to, so at first we have u, right? And then basically the average 11, average, okay, new number of boys. Okay, I think it's a new number of boys, okay, is equal to u plus 1. Okay, makes sense, right? Okay, so now new total is equal to new average multiplied by new number of boys, like this. Right, I'm gonna make this a little bit like that. Right, so also I'm just gonna move it here so it's easier. Okay, so new total, new average times boys. Then new average is 11 times, and then bracket u plus 1. Okay, so how we do this is, right, draw an arrow, put to 11, so you multiply, and this one also like this, we multiply like this. Okay, so that means, okay, pop pop 11u plus 11. Okay, so now what we can do is when we minus new total, so I have no space but essentially I'm gonna put another line. Don't know how this works. Okay, I'm just gonna put at the bottom, so like that. Oh, all right. So in this case, 63. Okay, so total minus new total is equal to 63. Make sense? So from total is 7u, okay, and then minus new total, which is 11u plus 11, right? Or I'll just say 11u Oh, wait, no. New total. New total minus total, right? In this case, new total minus total is equal to actually 11u plus 11 minus 7u is equal to 63. Okay, and then that means 11u minus 7u. So 11u minus 7u plus 11 equal to 63. Okay, 4u plus 11 equal to 63. Then 4u is equal to 63 minus 11. 4u is equal to 52. 1u, okay, or I'll just put 1u here. 1u, 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 1u. Okay, 1u is equal to 52, and then we divide it by 4. This will then be equal to, so we can use the thing lah, right? 52 and then 4. Okay, so we can minus 5 before, so we minus 4. Okay, that means we will have 1, and then after that we have 12 left. Oops, 12, and then we can minus 12. So 12 is wait, 5 minus 4 is 1, 12 is 3, 13. Yeah, correct. So 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, and this will give us 0. In this case, 13. All right, so that's it. So the answer to this is 13. That's it. How many boys? 13. Right, so that's about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of video, subscribe down below. Comment down what other things you want me to show you next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.